Okay, so like we said, if you haven't seen Marvel's Avengers: Age of Ultron, you might not want to watch this one until you go and watch it. I mean, what are you watching a show called the Geek Speak Show? Why would you not see Age of Ultron like 5 times
Laundry
by now?
could be done later.
So, you've seen the other ones. You gave it 3 halos, and this one you still want to stick with 3?
I still want to stick with 3, only because I feel like I wasn't left satisfied. I felt like it should have been one of those longer movies. I feel like if Titanic can get 3 hours, I want 3 hours to finish up. It wasn't long enough for me. I wanted more Robert Downey Jr. I wanted more Chris Evans. I wanted more smart-ass dialogue. It was a great story. The dialogue was very quick. I think the first Avengers had better writing. I just felt like maybe people got into the hype of, oh my God, the Avengers, and people wanted just like, chick, bam, boom kind of thing. And I wanted more story because then we ended up with, having Ultron, and he seemed like a very interesting character. But then I'm just left with the who, what, where, and why. And I didn't feel like...
There is the first problem. The first problem is, well, 2 problems. One, too long. Second problem is...
Too long.
It continues. The Marvel villains, except for Tom Hiddleston's Loki, they're not that interesting. They're not that villainous.
Yeah.
Ultron is, those of you who know Ultron from the comic books, this isn't the same one this isn't your comic book fans Ultron. It's something completely different. It's weird. Yeah, you got James Spader, who himself is kind of a weird guy. He plays a lot of weird characters.
But
he brought that to Ultron, but it didn't work.
The thing, I feel like Ultron could have worked because he had badass lines, but then when he did the whole like Pinocchio thing, like I just felt like, okay, give me something more.
Yeah, we're talking about that actually. Well, we were talking to the people on the line, but that makes sense. The I have no strings. It does make sense because he wants to be free. He doesn't want to be somebody's puppet. That's what all that was about. But everything else, you don't know if he was being funny, if he was being serious, or what's going on. So again, continues Marvel's line of villains. Not so good. The Avengers and the other characters, yeah, a lot more character development. A little bit too much, really.
Yeah.
Especially for. I know Hawkeye and Black Widow, Hawkeye especially, they weren't used that much in the first one.
Yeah, so they try to get more story this
line
time.
In there that says, I tried already the brain zombie thing. I'm not a big fan. That's a nod to the fans.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really necessary because we know who they are. We kind of knew who he was already in the first Avengers. We don't really need a backstory.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm cool with all the action sequences. I don't really give a damn about him going home or getting back there or seeing his baby mama stuff. I'm just like, I don't really care. I really didn't even care for Hulk and Black Widow, their little mini crush thing going on. I didn't care for that.
Yeah.
It was just me. Maybe some fans want that little spark of romance or something, or just to get the chicks to go. But I don't go for the romance.
Other thing also that kind of didn't work is Ultron himself, the story. I mean, those no spoiler here because we are doing a spoiler-filled one. Everybody knows the real story of Ultron. Hank Pym, Ant-Man, he's the one that created Ultron. It wasn't what's his name? It wasn't Stark or Bruce Banner. They had nothing to do with Ultron's creation. And in fact, the Ultron that we think of is actually Ultron 6. Those of you who know, it's the 6th version of Ultron, not the first one. In this one, let me count. There's 1, 2, 3. There was actually 4 or 5 versions of Ultron.
Yeah.
Because he transforms throughout the movie, and yes, there is a Wakanda mention in there. No Black Panther. Ulysses Claw. You see him for about blink and you'll miss. Andy Serkis, he's in there, but they missed a big opportunity to introduce the Black Panther that way. I do like how in the beginning I told you to watch the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. Yeah. It picks right up right from the end from director Coulson. That's another thing. Nick Fury is in this also. We told you we were going to spoil him. Nick Fury is in this one. He never mentioned that Coulson is alive.
Yeah.
He did mention I'm
sure
not director of
it's
anything.
Coulson.
But didn't say there's director Coulson.
But it's Coulson. Come on. You can't lose a character like that.
Yeah, and the other problem with this movie is at this point we go into these movies looking for Easter eggs and all kinds of things like that. Maybe we spend too much time looking for Easter eggs
instead of just enjoying the movie.
You know that we're seeing things that aren't even there.
Yeah.
This movie, kind of like Iron Man 3, didn't really set up anything for Phase 3. It didn't set up anything in Civil War. At the very end, I told you, the Avengers aren't the Avengers that you know. It's a completely different team.
I was totally sad when Tony Stark was just like, okay, maybe I'll just build a farm with Pepper. And I'm just like, what? What?
Yeah, well, that makes no sense because we know what's next. Civil War is not a secret. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And we know unless they're going to change it for the MCU, who are the two biggest, who's against each other? Cap and Iron Man.
Yeah.
And the way they end, they're very buddy-buddy. So how they're going to go from that scene to now we hate each other in Civil War,
maybe
I don't know.
something will come up and then they'll add conflict. I thought that's what this movie was going to do. When I remember I seen the trailer and I seen Thor kind of like go and attack my Tony Stark and was like, what the hell? I thought real stuff was going to go down. This was that chance for things to really go down.
Said spoilers, so Aaron Taylor Johnson totally wasted. You bring him in as Quicksilver, then you kill him off. Yeah, we know Joss Whedon has this thing about this killing favorites, but you didn't even give him a chance to be a favorite. He was only there for a few scenes and then gets killed off. So
maybe he'll be alive in the next movie.
I doubt it.
Well, I guess those running shoes didn't really help.
No. Well, they did to save Hawkeye.
I know, but still.
Sacrifice himself.
I wouldn't save Hawkeye if I knew Hawkeye was going to retire. I'm like, screw you. I don't really want to. He learned how to run and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
didn't see that one coming.
Seriously.
Yeah, but that's what we thought of Avengers: Age of Ultron. I mean, bottom line is yeah, it's good, it's enjoyable. The Joss Whedon lines, you can hear them, you can see them. They're fast and furious from the beginning all the way to the end. But too much character development, a little too long on the character development. What?
I didn't. Oh, on character development. I thought you meant the overall total running time.
Well, yeah, that too.
Nah, it was good. I have to say.
Excuse me, inside of baseball, who's the one that went to the bathroom or went to get a refill?
Hey, I got a refill because it was too much Hawkeye, and I was like, I need some Tony Stark in my life. So I got a refill, a popcorn. So I don't care. He's not gonna retire. Jay-Z said he was gonna retire, but he didn't retire. But anyways, I'm going to give it 3 Halos out of 4. I'm very happy that there's actually a movie that makes us want to go to the movies, just like Tomorrowland, which is hopefully our next review. Excellent movie. But I wasn't really satisfied as Avengers first one. Maybe it could be because Loki. We love seeing Loki with his badass attitude. Yum. And then we had our little sexy ensemble of people. It was a delicious piece. But so 3 out of 4. That's what I'm going to call it out.
Well, I mean, again, no secret. Tom Hiddleston was supposed to film a scene, but was eventually cut out. Joss Whedon said the Blu-ray, he is going to put everything back, so it will be like a 3-hour movie. Eventually,
yes.
Everything that was missing from what you saw in the theaters will be on the Blu-ray. So now the countdown to the Blu-ray starts, now that we've seen the movie.
Yeah, but for now, we're going to go back and watch Guardians of the Galaxy, just because.
Yeah, when we were walking out, somebody did say... they were talking, somebody asked them, what did you think of this one? And they said, it was pretty good, but Guardian still stands out. And I said, yeah, it does.
Yeah, even the merchandise.
The soundtrack, too.
So, yeah, that's it for Angel's review. I give it 3 out of 4 Halos. We're going to see you, hopefully, for Tomorrowland and more upcoming movies.
The movie Tomorrowland, not in Disneyland Tomorrowland.
Yeah, that would be cool, but, I don't know. George Clooney can help us out.
Yeah, we'll talk about Tomorrowland, the movie that looks cool, but really don't know anything about. We even got a preview in Disneyland at Tomorrowland, but we still don't know what it's about.
Yeah, there was no Slurpee refills for that.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. There's your. What did you give it? 3?
I give it 3 out of 4 Halos. It's not in purgatory. It's not in. I didn't damn it to hell or anything. It's worth it.
Yeah. So if you want to see more, you agree with us, don't agree with us, let us know. Either Angel at thegeekspeakshow.com, Henry at thegeekspeakshow.com. Tell us why we're wrong or why we're completely right. And we'll probably just ignore it. No, we'll say hi and all that stuff. And
we'll do the
shout
outs.
And we'll talk about it on the show maybe.
Yeah, well, it was such an anticipated movie. It's a continuous conversation.
Yeah, so we had to kick off your feature with the biggest movie, one of the biggest movies this year. The other one comes right before your birthday.
Yeah, right?
The Force Awakens. No jokes.
Okay.
So we'll talk to you guys later on in the show, thegeekspeakshow.com, every Wednesday for that.
Bye, y'all.